Well, actually, also Erin Kornicks. This is my mom, Helen and Phil. When I was first told that my family was asked to speak, the first thing I thought of doing was saying, "Cancer sucks," dropping the mic and throwing my hands up in the air as I walked off the stage. Funny as that may have been, it's too simple. Cancer isn't simple, and neither is fighting it. It takes a lot to fight it, and there are so many different ways to help. Each and every person here is walking to make it, so the fight can be simple and quick. There are so many amazing reasons to walk, and mine is in memory of my sister Heather, who found her time spent working on Relay among one of her favorite things to do, and for my family who joined her in her journey. Tonight, we walk together to say, we can't sit still while cancer keeps moving. Let's work together to celebrate more birthdays.
In the musical Rent, Seasons of Love begins 525,600 minutes. How do you measure the year in a life? You measure it in love. The American Cancer Society measures years in birthdays and celebrations of life all year long for anyone who has ever heard the words, "You have cancer." Everyone who has ever heard those words is a survivor in the eyes of the cancer community, and everyone who cares for them is a caregiver. Our family participates in the American Cancer Society Relay for Life because we want to make a meaningful difference in the fight against cancer. Cancer doesn't care, but we do. Cancer doesn't care how much you're loved, your age, your gender, or the size of your wallet. It hurts and it kills moms, dads, sisters, brothers, grandparents, uncles, aunts, neighbors, strangers, kind people and cranky people alike. Cancer does not care who it hurts, but we do, don't we? Yeah. I didn't hear that. Do we care, don't we? Yeah. You bet we do. Every survivor and caregiver's stories, reason, and journey is unique, but they do follow the same themes as Relay for Life: to fight, remember, and celebrate. That is why we're here tonight, to experience and embrace. Here is our daughter's words, Heather Rose's words, about birthdays and life as a survivor from last year's Relay for Life at Stevenson. Sound? You'll have to restart. No, just play the video.
It's from the computer.
But inside your head, you're screaming, "It's my birthday! Where's my cake? Turn on the music, let's start to party. Put up the decorations, celebrate, come on people." It's a date you hold dear to your heart, and you never forget. Ask any child here tonight, and they will practically tell you down to the second of when their next birthday is. I had just turned 21 back in 2008. I had that big, exciting birthday moment, but something was not right. I felt out of sorts. My sorority sisters always claimed I looked stressed and I was gaining weight in what felt like all the wrong places. And I was dieting and exercising. When I look back at my 21st birthday pictures, I see a lot of smiles and a lot of fun had. And I had no idea what was coming 2 weeks later. My birthday is April 29th, 1987. The other date I'll never forget. May 12th, 2008. Because that's the day I was told I had 4-stage cancer, adrenal cancer. I looked at my doctor on that day, and I only cared about 2 things: going to my summer job to be a camp counselor, and getting back to Indiana University for my senior year. I was so focused on my goals that the word cancer was too big of a concept for me to process. Cancer was not supposed to happen to a 21-year-old. But that's when I realized, cancer doesn't care about your birthday. Cancer can't count, so cancer doesn't know how old you are or how young you are. Now flash forward with me in my time machine as we go through 4 years of living with cancer. Past surgery, past starting on oral chemotherapy treatment, followed by IV chemotherapy treatment. Flash forward through nights of extreme nausea, fatigue, losing my hair twice, and a round of pancreatitis. And let's not forget the nerve pain in my leg, which I call my pirate leg. So if you see me wobbling, that's why. I did the math at my last oncology appointment. I had done approximately 18 months straight of chemotherapy with no actual break in between, because my summer was getting too busy. But unlike other cancers where there is a clear end to stop treatment, for me, I will be doing chemo until there's another option available. This means hours of sitting in a chair at chemotherapy. This means frequent hospital stays, doctors, and tests. For someone with a rare cancer like mine, I have been on many forms of IV chemos, which many have originated from research or testing done for the more well-known cancers. But I don't let that stop me. Through Relay for Life, I have learned there is a huge support out there and that everyone has been affected by cancer in some way. I learned that research that is out there to help one cancer can actually help the rest. We all need something to celebrate every now and then. But I know one thing, that I am more than my diagnosis, and that I will take any chance I get to celebrate with those around me. Let's celebrate finding an end to cancer, and of course, let's celebrate everyone who's ever heard the words, "You have cancer." Let's celebrate to show cancer that as a community, we can accomplish anything.
Heather Rose Kornick lost her battle with adrenal cancer just short of her 26th birthday in April of this year. During her 5 years of treatment, she refused to be defined by her cancer or have it define her life. She lived every day to the fullest. During her time of illness, she was a leader in her sorority, graduated college on time with honors, taught preschool, and worked as a youth group advisor at her congregation and as an active traveler, baker, giving sister, daughter, and steadfast friend and mentor. At the same time, she was battling her cancer with surgery, oral and IV chemo, radiation, and struggling with all the nasty side effects of treatment inside her body. She kept her sense of humor and grace. Her life roles included: 1. Do one thing that makes you laugh daily. Number 2, make a difference to someone each day. And 3, be grateful every day for at least one thing. Most of all, she loved working for good causes. Her favorite was Relay for Life, and she started Team Chemosaurus Rex last year. She had been a participant and survivor for the past 4 years at that time. Last year, her team raised $18,000. This year, her team has now raised over $34,500. Heather wrote on her Relay page that her reason to relay this year was from her experience this past winter when she was told there were no more options for her cancer treatment. She pushed every member of our team to make it to Grand Club so no one with cancer ever has to be told, "We don't know."
Heather had a very rare form of cancer that only got minimal funding for research due to the small number of people who die from it. It is incurable, and hers never went into remission or NED or recovery or stopped growing in some way. The doctors were amazed and pleased with how long she persevered. She never gave up living well, moving her life forward or planning for her future. She would say, and she would tell us often, if she didn't make plans for her future, she wouldn't have anything to do when she got there. Speaking of adventures, tonight is a perfect example of each of you being part of an amazing effort and energy of the American Cancer Society. Give yourself a hand for just being here tonight. Really represents a sense of community in an experience that is quite isolating. Our daughter was a young adult with cancer, and though she always seen by others with a smile, there were many hours and nights spent alone and feeling fearful and sad. Tonight we face the night with the opportunity to share the time with others who have been impacted by cancer and to come together in our fundraising to say, no more pain, no more losses, no more fear, no more cancer. I'll end with a short story of why relay was so important to Heather. At her first relay as a senior at Indiana University, she was asked to stand on a podium, give her name, diagnosis, and time as a survivor. She had never counted how long she had been since her diagnosis in May, and she'd never had called herself a survivor until that moment of public support and validation she gained at that relay 5 years ago. Since then, we have been with her on the relay every year and plan to continue to support the American Cancer Society and its efforts to support, validate survivors, and support research to improve treatments against this terrible disease. Thank you.